Shalom Israel with I.S.U.P.K. Start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We've been around since 1969, and if under Commanding General YAHANNA, if it's not under the I.S.U.P.K, Commanding General YAHANNA, it's not of the truth. We're teaching Friday night Lashawan Qadash class, I.S.U.P.K, to all the brothers, and Shalom, Yahweh Shamar, Alatha, Bashem, Yahweh Shai to the sisters. We're giving a greeting to the new sister Jackie or Michelle Gamble. Gamble?
Yes, sir.
I get it right?
Yes, sir. It's
a new sister that we have in class. I know we have other sisters and brothers that come to class, but she's coming to class. And she's taking the time to come. She's from Belton, South Carolina, right?
Yes, sir.
Con. She's going to be participating here, and we're going to get her involved in class. We're going to go over the number systems and the characters today to as a refresher course. But as a beginning, we have people coming at all levels in Lashawan Qadash class. I was heavily in reviewing, and I forget sometimes that we have to start at areas where people are comfortable too. So we'll get started. We'll let you guys look at the board, at the number systems, and the characters. Like I was telling Michelle, I know she brought. What I'm gonna do for her is get her. You got a pen? You got a notepad? Good. It's always good. What do we do, Michelle, in class?
Take notes.
We take notes. Exactly right. We always take notes. That's how I learn. Of course, you know, it's the way you want to learn I.S.U.P.K. Always have a book appropriated for your Lashawan Qadash class, for your Monday class, Tuesday class, Wednesday your breakdown classes, and General Commanding General YAHANNA, and all of the generals have a breakdown book for all of those, and you can learn that way better when you can refer back to it. And that's what we're doing with I.S.U.P.K. So we'll get started here. And I was telling, let's see, we're going to go through, before we go through the characters, we'll go through the exact, when we're writing for the brothers, it's Shalom, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatha. If you want to say to a lot of brothers, you say Barakatham. So to the sisters, and then of course that means peace. Lord God, in the name of Christ, bless you. A thumb is plural and a tha is singular. So Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatha, singular. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham is plural for the men. Now for the women, it'll be a little different because what we're doing here is peace. Lord God, watch over you in the name of Christ. They're watching over us. So they're giving a greeting saying, may the Lord God watch over you as we go to battle, as we go to camp, and as we do things. So the sisters say, Shalom, Yahweh, Shamar, Alatha. Alatha singular, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Or if you want to say Shalom, Yahweh, Shamar, Alatha. Athun would be plural for female. So I think Sister Michelle already knows it. We'll get her to speak up. Go ahead, Michelle. Go ahead and say it out loud. We'll let her say the greeting. It's her first time in class. A little shy, but she's going to be all right.
Shalom, Shamar, Elatha, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai.
Very good. Get a sister hand. Very good. That's the greeting. That's the first step to learn basically humility, respect for your men, and of course we respect for you. That's why we give. That's what makes the household balance. When you have Yahweh, then you have Christ, Yahweh Shai, then you have the man, then you have the woman. That's the hierarchy. That's the way it goes. Then you have the child, of course. But that's the way it is. It cannot be any other way or you're going to have an imbalance. And Most High won't have that. We're going to get in, and I.S.U.P.K won't have it either. But I'm Officer Qadash Shapar of 50, teaching Lashawan Qadash class. We're going to get into the number system, and we're going to get into the Hebrew characters. And I was just starting out. We'll say the characters are what these are. That's our Hebrew has a paleo system. We'll have a Hebrew characteristics. It has a paleo system. Oops, spelled that wrong. It has a paleo characters. That's the old ancient Phoenician. Old, just as old as you can get it. And that would be the one in red on top here. And after we were in our captivity, as you taking notes, Michelle, as we were in captivity in Assyria, we came. They gave us. They they added to our characters, and that was they added the Syrian, I guess, so that they can understand it. I guess, you know. But anyway, that's in blue here. So they changed our language characters, but the sounds were still dead on. They're the same. So we had to learn to adopt the characters in the blue, the Syrian. In Paleo Hebrew, or in the original Hebrew, there are 22 characters? Was it 21? Got me going here. Let me look back at my notes. Well, we'll count them. I think it's 21. I forgot now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 22 characters here. There are 22 characters. And the new sister, by the way, name is Jackie. I wrote it on the board for her. Jacqueline Gambrill. 22 characters. There are 22. And these are the characters, of course. Right here. Now, there are 2 vowel sounds. You'll hear a vowel sound, you'll hear ah, and you'll hear I. Those are only 2 vowels. If you hear anything else, it's because you added it in there. So when we're saying the Hebrew number system, we'll hold it on the board right here. And the reason why I wrote it on this board here, so I won't have to be writing it all the time. We're gonna do something here. The new student in class and everybody online, of course. We'll give you a chance, guys, to write that down. You can write it in red, but we'll give you a chance to write it down real quick while I review something, and then we'll go from there. Let's see here. Okay? So this is going to go like ah, bagada. You know, and then we'll go from there. Let me touch up some of those Salaki for a minute while I find something here. Get my system good for the connections here. The plantation guest. Okay, connected, good. All right. Sign in. Okay. In the Paleo Hebrew, like I reiterate, there are 22 characters. 22. There are, we'll write this a little bit closer to us so we can see it. We talked about this a while back when I first started, about, I don't know, maybe a couple of months now. There are 22 characters in Hebrew that we go from, that we use. There we go. Okay, turn this down here. We have Shalom, Fred Wong, young man Fred Wong, Shalom. And of course we have the dependable Adrian Adrian from Charleston. She's in class. She always is. And appreciate that for being in class, taking her time. Jackie. We have, like I said, Fred Wong. Fred. Okay. Let's see who we have. Then we have also Facebook. Now, if you have any questions, guys, type them in, and we'll pick them up, of course. Good. We have Sister Kapa Banath. YAHANNA. Kapa. Good sister. Yahweh Shema Alatha, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. To my sister, Yahweh Shema, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. To my brothers. Glad to have you, sister. Kapa. Okay. So, what we're going to do, we're going to go over this Hebrew characters. You can see it here. Can you see that, Michelle? Let's write these characters. That A right there. That is the first character in Hebrew. That's an A. I'll have it right here listed. I'm just doing this. You can see it real good. Right, yeah, we can see it there. That's this character right here in paleo in red. That's an A. That's the first character, and above it, it has A-H. Because that's the first sound in the Hebrew character is Ah. And the reason why we use these characters, of course, like you would do anything else, the Hebrew alphabet is, I'm sorry. When we hear in our captivity, in our slavery, the American alphabet, it has characters. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G has 26. This one has 22, with 2 vowels. And it's important to learn these, learn how to write them, because that's how you recognize to be able to read. It's just like anything else. And to enunciate, ah, ba, ka. The next character is going to be, what's going to be, Michelle? I'll put it down here. I just want to illustrate. I'm not going to hold it all the time. What's the next character? Can you see that okay?
Is it a G?
Let's put it right there. Can you see that okay?
Yeah, kind of, sir.
Okay. There, we can see it a little better. So, it's really not a G, Michelle. It's actually a B.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, let me use red. But that's just the way, that's the unique way we write. In paleo, since you're new, because I know Adrian knows, and a few other, because just a Kapa knows. But that's how you write a B in paleo, right here, right there, just like that. Maybe not so pointed, but just a little, and that's ba. So you write above it in your notes, just like that. Okay, just take your time. We're not going to rush it. We're going to take our time, and we have time. We'll get into the number system, but that's good. Okay. And Sister Kapa, Adrian, yeah, you guys know how you write along with us as we go. So Jackie, hold up your board. Let's see what you got. Very good job. Let me see. Let me show you the illustration here. What she's doing, what the sister's doing. That's what she's written for so far. Very good notes. Now what I'll do is take that little curl off a little bit right there.
Okay.
And that's that way. That's almost perfect right there. Ah and ba. Very good. And that's what she's doing. So that's why we want you guys to join class. You learn how to form these characters at a good steady hand on them. That way when you write words like la'a, means no or not or no, you know. And it'll be like when you're writing something down like that in the paleo, it'll be la, ah. That's just illustrated. You know how to write that one. We'll get into vocabulary. Or yes. I'm just giving an illustration so the sister will understand. And of course, people that's new in class will understand why we use the characters. Just like anything else. Con, let's say, just simple words like that. And it means yes. Okay, of course, to spell that, you would have to use the K or the ka sound. So the ka, you have different kas. You have here, and you have, where's my other one at? You have here, right there. So if I'm not mistaken, I think kan is ka. It's not, since it's a ka, so it'll be not the ka sound here, it'll be this ka in red. See what I've done, Michelle? I mean, Jackie. That's why it's important to write how it's spelled, kan. So it'll be looking like this. Ka, and then what else? It'll be, what's at the end?
The end.
Okay, now where's the na sound? Where's that at?
Yeah, right there.
Okay, now you notice some at the end. If you were doing Assyrian, it would have an ending character, but we're not doing that right now. So, and okay, and so, kan. Now we're gonna put what we call, and I'm gonna teach you something else real quick here. I'm gonna teach you the connectors to make it sound right. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, kind
Okay, so it's like this. Now, it's not ka-nan, it's kan. It's all said the same together. So you join them together with a connector. Okay? Now, if we were saying la-ah, if we were saying la-ah, Makatazah, Officer Makatazah sharing a stream with us. Salakia, thank you, officer. Yes, Makatazah. Officer Makatazah, I believe he's in North Carolina. Very good officer. He's sharing the stream for me. I appreciate that. La-ah. So la, we have la. Okay. Now where's the L at?
Down here by the ma and ka.
Right there. See that L there? Now you don't have to write the A, it's included. That L, that LA is that sound. La. La. Now you don't have to write an A behind it. La. No. Because it's included in the sound.
Okay.
Right there. La. That makes sense?
Kind
And a lot of characters like that, but it'll get a little different sometime. And then we have ah. Now where's ah sound? Way back here again, AH. So it's important to know how to spell the word, now you know how it sounds. So it'll look like that. Now, what are we going to do? Is it, how would you do the connector on that, what you think, based off of that, based off of how you pronounce it?
You would connect the L,
And if I did that, it would be la.
the A.
You don't know yet, right? Okay, good. So here we have kan, one word. It's not kana, it's kan, smooth, right? That's why we joined. That is called a dependent connector. That means the K and the N are dependent upon themselves to make a sound, so we join them together. That's how you do it. Now, if I say la, then I say ah, that's two different sounds, right?
Okay.
And so we handle it like that. We say la, ah.
Okay.
Upside down, little u. This is an independent sound. La, then ah. And if you write that in your notes, and for every word it's going to be like that. The more you do this, the more you get better to how to distribute the connectors properly. That's all it is. Well, I can't say it all it is, but you get used to it. Before you know it, you'll be reading. Correct? You'll be reading. We're going to get you there, sister. Let's see. Let me go back to see who else do I have in the chat here. Sister, okay, very good. Fred Wong wrote Yahweh. Okay. But tell me, Fred, where you're from and what's your nationality, and tell me what's going on. When you get time, just write it in there, and I'll be able to know how to handle that, to talk to you. So I know, because I know everybody else. Anyway, con. That's one sound, right?
Cancer.
La, ah.
That's two sounds.
Two sounds. Because that's what we're saying.
Okay.
That's how you pronounce the word la. That means no. One means no and one means yes. Of course, this means no and that means yes. That makes sense?
Cancer.
So I'll erase that from the board right now. Just kind of giving you an understanding of connected. So anytime you see the letters in red being used, those are Paleo Hebrew. That is the original Hebrew. That's how we wrote things years past in the first century, back in Christ's days. And I'm sure when language was invented, even back then, that's before then, you know. So, and we're still in Paleo. We're not on in Syrian yet, because I don't want to confuse you. I don't like that. When you get real good, we'll do both. We'll do one at a time now. Abba. What's the next character? There are only two sounds.
Oh yeah.
It's A or I.
Ah.
So what's this going to be?
Ga.
Ga. Very good. There's only going to be two sounds. It's going to be a ga or I.
Okay.
Like I-L-A-Tha or ga. There's ah, ba, ga. So let's go. Let's repeat them real good. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka. Ta,
Wa.
ya.
Oh ya.
Not a wa. Ta, ya.
Ya.
Ka,
Ka.
la,
La.
ma,
Ma.
na,
Na.
sa.
Sa.
Okay? And then we have over here, I. It looks like that little O, but that's what it looks like.
Okay.
Pa.
Pa.
Go ahead. How you pronounce that?
Ta.
Just like in English. Just like those are this is the English on top in the black. So
Taza.
taza.
Ta. Okay.
Taza. Very good. Very good. Taza. And it looks just like that. Qua.
Ra.
Ra.
Za.
That's sha.
Sha.
Is that like a Z, or do I need to change that?
It's a S.
That's an S.
It's a S.
Okay, based off of what you said, let me change that a little bit, because that may look like a Z. It's important to pay attention to the students to see exactly what they need. You just told me that I need to change that S. Right? So we'll let's change that S to make it, change that, what I thought was an S, because Michelle thought it was a Z. That better?
Yeah. Cancer.
Very good, sister. Sha.
Sha.
Ha.
Tha.
Those are the Hebrew characters. Okay, let's keep going. From Graniteville, South Carolina, Fred. Okay, good. Adrian, this will be a review for some of you in class, and for some of you. But it's always good to notice, because the more and more you do this, let's see, Sister, who is this? Okay, now, it's Sister Kapabanath. Then we have Julian Daniela, this class. Okay, good. Julian. Very good, bro. Put you in black there, girls in red. Al Shema. Alatha to the women. Hashem. Yahweh Shemar. Alatha. Hashem Yahweh Shai. To the women. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barak Thumb. To all of the brothers. Okay. Okay. Now let's finish. Let's keep on going. God. So what is it going to look like? Sort of like this, right? Now I've seen it. God also look like this. Don't let that fool you. That's just the handwritten way in Hebrew varies. That's all that means. Okay, but that's what the God looks like. So when you see that in the Tanakh, you're reading. I'll see that. I'll say, well, you won't see this. You'll actually see the Syrian in blue. That's what you really see. Officer Dawada just got newly raised. Let's give him a hand clap. Officer 5,000. The officer that brought me up right here in this school, right here in this place. And of course, we were in another place. But anyway, right here in this school, so I can teach Lashawan Qadash. Officer, he's newly raised to Officer 5,000. He used to say, make the characters look consistent. And he used to say, go back and change the officer Danyala. Very good. Slocky officer. Officer Danyala. Slocky, sir. Adawan, Officer Danyala. Appreciate that, sir. That's our officers that come in time to time. Officer Danyala. Let's make sure we get it right. And if you notice, Michelle, in the names that we write on the board, especially like the officer, he has his name, Danyala. You can find all of those characters in Hebrew alphabet. And that's what we're here for. Appreciate that, sir. Officer Danyala, for joining our class. Water, sir, the water. He said it's on fire. Appreciate that, sir. And all the officers that join and support us and like and stream to us. I appreciate the South Carolina class. We're on the move. That's what we're doing. Of course, we're in Paleo Hebrew with I.S.U.P.K. That's what we're doing. Lashawan Qadash class here on Friday night. And we have some students in class today and, of course, online. And we're doing a tawab job. That means good. That's what the officers are saying. They like what we're doing. That's good. So, Abaga. What's the next one? Da. Say, don't be afraid. Go ahead. Say it out loud. Da. And listen here. If you notice, there are two das there. What does a da look like? Like a triangle like that? Just like that?
Kind of, sir.
Okay. So if you notice, if I put another triangle here, well, first I have to draw it, right? Right?
Kind of, sir.
Oh, man. Oh, that's bad. There we go. Okay. Now what that is two D's turned on themselves. That's David's name. It's Da-Wada. And that's what Da-Wada. We have an officer, Da-Wada, that's my teacher here, and, along with the officer Natazar, Camden, Natazar Gabar, and all the other officers. So lucky for me not bring your name up, but that's what I'm saying. All the officers have a name. His name just happened to be Da-Wa-Da. Which means Da. You notice the Da's at the end. We'll put it See that Da? That's the two D's. Now Wa, you ever know? You don't know what that means? We'll find out later on. It means and. So it's Da and Da, which says Da-Wa-Da, or loosely translated, and for real translated, David. Da-Wa-Da. Okay? And then we'll get to that's part of the vocabulary lesson that we're learning here also there. So that lets you know, so when you see a character, you're not just learning a character, you're learning things that form names that are part of the vocabulary, right? So, Da. Okay, let's go to the next one. Abagada. What's the next one, Michelle?
Ha.
Ha, very good. Don't be ashamed, just say it out loud. Now, ha, I used to learn that like ha. Like it looks like a comb, doesn't it?
Kind of.
Like a comb. And let me write it correctly, because some people will take the characters that I write and try to duplicate my error. Is that straight? You get the idea. So there's no excuses, so let's make it straight. There we go. Officer Dobbs always said, make the characters straight. They'll understand them straight. We have Ashkawar Ban Yashikar is watching. All right. Are you an officer, sir? No sweat. This class, I'm enjoying it. All right. Officer Danyala said he's joined our class, and that makes us feel good, because it makes us understand that we are actually taking our time to explain it to the new sisters, the brothers in class. I'm learning, everybody's gaining, We have a beautiful Lashawan Qadash class. Let's keep it going. Kawar. Lock it. We'll do his name. Ooh. Kawar. I believe if you're an officer, let me know. Officer Kawar. I'm gonna assume it right now. I don't know. I'm not sure, but let me know. Okay. Ha, and that has a sound like that's just like any other sound. So it sounds so far with ba, da, ha. Very good. And then what's the next one, Michelle?
Wa.
Wa. Yeah. There we go. Now these characters, wa. Okay. And of course it looks like this. You get used to them. What you want to do is form in your mind what these sound like and look like. That's how I learned them real quick, because I can repeat them back verbatim, because I studied them. Kind brother. Yes. Officer Kawar. Very good. He's a officer. Then we have Officer Shar out of Monetta. Of Officer Shar. Officer 50 out of Monetta. So we'll write him down over here. Sir Shar. Keep up with our roles growing here. Very good. I watch it back. Absolutely. Kawar, yeah, very good. Okay. Wow. Okay. You get used to like to me, what does that look like? Like a
Y.
A Y?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Or and what you want to do is associate it with the English sound of it, if you can. You know, like and sometimes it's hard because that's actually really, if you look at that, that's an A turned up on itself.
Ah.
Ba, sort of like a B if you turn it back upside down. Okay. The ga, just like an L, you know.
Yeah.
And da, you know. And this is like a comb, like a woman combs out. It's like ha, you know, or wa, like a tuning fork, or however you want to say it. However you remember it. That's how you remember it. Okay. What's next?
Za.
Are you writing these in your?
In my book.
Yes, in your book. Okay. Za. Okay. Let's go za. Okay. And za. What does za look like? Just a Z. Some of these are gimmies. Every once in a while you got to get a gimme there. You know, a Z just look like a Z. Za. All right. Now, of course, this is the paleo in red. That's why we got this. And of course, you won't see that in Tanakh, but the easiest way to learn Hebrew is in the paleo because it has connectors. And you can go back and forth in the Syrian too. We'll get to the Syrian. But right now, we're going one at a time with the paleo, so we won't confuse people because it can be sometime. That makes sense? Very good. Okay. All right, so what's next? Ka. Very good. So we have a ka here. And we'll erase these right here because we already have them. I'm just kind of writing them over so that you'll have a good look at them right there in red. We're dealing with just the red though, right? Ka, sister. And the ka sounds like, now what does that look like to you?
Like a ladder?
Like a ladder. That's the way I remembered it.
Okay.
They're like a ladder. And these things, these acronyms will come to you. You know, that's a fancy word for saying what's something associated with the picture in your mind. That's how we think. Anybody, I mean, there's some people, I don't need a picture. Well, what do you think these are? These are pictures in your mind. And of course, we write the English above it so people can see and understand a little better. of how that should sound. So, all right, what's next? We have, let's go, let's pronounce what we got. Ah, ba, da.
Da, ha, wa, za, ka.
Very good. So and when you see those and they carry that ka sound, don't confuse it with this ka sound. It's the same thing. One is ka, and one is ka.
Ka and ka.
This is long C, ka, ah, because it's got two A's, ka.
Ka.
But when you see it now, you'll have a, down here later on, you'll have a, where is it? It eludes me there.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is right there. So small. Okay, when you see that C there, ka, when you get to that one, it's going to have a different sound. It's going to just say ka, like bluntly.
Okay.
It's very good, ka. And you'll see that in Tanakh. Sometimes you'll see that little C. You won't see this one, of course, that's paleo. You'll see all of the, not this C, of course. You'll see all the ones in blue in paleo. And this, of course, that sound, when you see that, when you hear, when you see the sounds, that's why I don't want to get the paleo involved yet. I mean the Assyrian involved yet, because it can be confusing going back and forth. Okay. All right. Now, so what's next? We'll erase this off the board and go to since you got that in your notes, right? And plus we have it on the board if you have to, right? Okay. We urge you guys to get in class in your city. If you're in South Carolina or anywhere, you're just online, wherever you are. The I.S.U.P.K have, in all of the cities, we have classes. Get in line. You're not in the truth unless you're in the I.S.U.P.K. Since 1969. You're just in the Christian church, or you're in something. I don't know what you are, but if you ain't in the I.S.U.P.K, you ain't in the truth. Plus, they don't teach the truth. They don't teach this in the Christian church. They don't even know what we're doing. They have no clue what the Bible is. But anyway, let them get off on that. Okay, we'll see it. Where we at now? Ka. Okay, now the next one we're going to go. Abagada, hawazaka, ta.
Ta.
Ta. Sounds just like it looks. Ta. Okay, and that ta looks like that. Like just an X inside a circle. Okay? Now, are you writing in your book also? Let me see what you got so far. Let me show you what the sister got. Sister Jackie. This is her first time in class. Now, you tell me if that ain't good or not. First time. First time in class, and she's drawing these characters like a professional up here. That's what I want. That lets me know. It puts an indelible thought. Yeah, give her a hand. Give her sister a hand. That gives her an indelible thought in her mind that when you see these, when you write something, you can memorize it better. And that's the whole idea. We're trying to memorize the characters of the Hebrew and the Paleo. That's what we're trying to do. Sister done a tawab job so far. Ta. Okay, what we got next? Yah.
Yeah.
Let's do some Yah here. What does Yah look like? What does that look like to you?
Like a backwards Z. No. A backwards Z.
Yeah, we can do that. It's like a Z or just a laid down Z.
Yeah, kind of, sir.
As Officer Sharp said, he said with a kickstand on it. I mean, you can say that, but that's good. And however you remember it, that's what you want.
Kind of, sir.
Okay, what's next?
Ka.
Ka. So it's getting easier now, isn't it?
Kind of, sir.
Okay, so as you write them in your notes, so when you leave tonight, you go home, your assignment is to write these at least once a day.
Kind of, sir.
Write that alphabet. I used to write them about 5 times a day till I memorized them.
Kind of, sir.
Okay? Because that'll help you in everything you do in your reading. When you're ready to help your man or whatever you want to do, say, all right, because let him lead out. And the I.S.U.P.K, he's going to lead out, and you guys should both study that together. Okay. He's going to lead out on you. Okay? All right? Ka. Let's do Ka. just like that. Now remember what we talked about, that long ka, like Qadash. We have a captain named Qadash, but ka is like Khan.
Con. Okay.
K-A-N, Khan, real short. It's a little different. The sounds are different. That's why they have them. So you'll understand it. Okay, what's next? La. Okay. And that makes it easier because it looks like what? It looks like an English, what we're used to, right? Very good. Okay. All right, what's next, sister? Ma. You know, like ma, or like your mother and father, like ma, right? But it looks like what? Okay, let's see if you can, let's see right here. See if you can. So it looks like a ma, doesn't it? It looks like an M, correct? Well, that's a good way. That kind of lets you know where the oldest language in the world started from. Lashawan, Qadash. Hold it. It means. Oh, I forgot to say. You know what Lashawan means, right? Tongue. Qadash means holy. So it's holy tongue. Now, why is it holy? Because the Most High write things down for us. I mean, it's a holy tongue. It's our language, so we can understand. And he means to write things down for us, so we can have a language that we can understand and communicate in the Bible, written, the commandments. You know, it's our holy tongue. This is how we communicate. It's how we talk. At one time, the whole earth was one language. That was Lashawan Qadash, Hebrew. Okay. All right. What's next? Nah. Okay. You notice something about the nah?
It's similar to the ma. It takes a what?
And we'll take it's sort of, except for one less hook.
Oh, okay.
And it looks like an N, only upside down with a hook on top, right?
Gotcha.
Like with a fish line on top. And that's how you can remember it in paleo, okay? We'll get into the connectors here in a second here. For that, if we get to other things, we will. We're just going to go slow and take our time so people can move on and graduate to something else, right? Okay. All right. Na. Now we have a sa. Let me know if I'm moving too fast. Am I going okay? Good. And it's good to write them like that. Now you can see the reason for that. That sa, let's do it like this. Have it a little long down there. Don't have it too short. Don't have it looking like this. Make sure. It's important to write it correctly so you'll understand when you see it. I just happened to notice it because I saw it back there. It's good to know. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to even write it slant. Sometimes I'm leaning sideways here. Let's do it correct, like that. 1, 2, 3. That's correct right there. It's always good to write them down right, so you won't get lost in that. Okay? That's sa, and it sounds like sa. Okay? So we got ta. That's what it sounds like. Ya. You see that? Ka. La. Ma. Na. Sa. Sa. Okay? What's next? I. Just look like an O. That's a weird one. But that's just the way it is. Okay. Let's do pa. You know, like the pa. Okay. We'll have sort of like that. Sort of like a J, doesn't it?
Cancer.
Yeah. Okay. Pa. Then we'll have how did you remember this one right here? Taza, very good. So like real close to it without touching it. Yeah. Taza, not Taza. Like we have a word in for earth. It's called Arataza. You know what I mean? Arataza means earth. So that's how we. Okay. In other words, Arataza, if I'm not mistaken, Arataza. I think it is. Arataza. Okay? But we'll get into that. It means earth. So when you see it in the Tanakh, you may see it written Ra. Where is it? Ra. Then you have Taza over here. Where is it? Oh, right here. I'm sorry. So, and then in the character, we'll get into that because that's you see how they have three. Well, the red is paleo, but when you get to Assyrian, it has ending characters. You'll get to that because Taza was on the end. Now you have to write, instead of writing this Taza, you write that Taza. We'll get into that. Okay. Not to be confusing, just letting you know what's ahead.
Okay.
You know, so because that's just those are just the rules. Okay. So we have what? Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Ta, Taza. Just like that. You gotten that far, and you're writing them down. You're writing them correctly. You got them in your notes. So good. And of course, if you need something repeated, just let me know. So let's move on to the last ones here, and we'll be done with that. We'll get into some Assyrian here, which some officers call is basically chicken scratch, really, because they mess with it. The fake Jews over there, they're not the real Jews. They speak Yiddish. You know, they're not. They're German spoken. Then they mixed it with Hebrew. You know, they went over there in the Balfour Declaration in 1948, if I'm not mistaken, trying to perpetrate and be us. They don't know that they're not the real thing. So who are the real Jew and the real 12 tribes? The real Simeon, the real Levite, the real, you follow me? We're the real, just go on and name them. You know, the Benjamites, we're the real ones, not them. And so when they adopt stuff, they don't know what they're doing. They adopt Assyrian here, putting vowel points on there. They have no clue. They have to do that because they can't pronounce our language. It seems like they're spitting it out. So we just call it chicken scratch because that's what it looks like. That's what the Syrian tried to do in blue to try to make up for this red here. When we're in captivity, they changed some of our characters. But we have the original Phoenician characters, original Hebrew. Okay? So which were we? Taza, we're on Qua, right? Qua. What does that look like? What does that look like to you? Like a popsicle or something, right? Or a fan. Yeah. However you want to look at it. That's what Qua looks like. There you go. Then we have what? Ra? Okay. What does that look like?
A backwards 4.
Exactly. Or just a 4. I mean, you know, are you saying like the 4 like that?
Yes.
Okay. And then you just bring them up like that.
Kinda.
Yeah, because you know you can make a 4 either way. So they're like not a backwards 4, just like a 4.
Kinda.
Right. If that would make you memorize Ra, then do it. You know. Okay. Qua Ra. Then what else? What's next?
Sha.
Where we at? Sha.
Sha.
Okay. Sha. Okay. And Sha looks like what? What does that look like to you? In red. Of course, we're dealing with the
W.
paleo. It's like just a regular W, right? And that's why I wrote them in red. That's why I wrote them in red, so that you could see on the board. Yeah, you can see down there. So that you can see there we go. Make sure. So that you can see, may cut off my head, but that's not important here. What's important is on this board right here. Shah. Like in the word six. For the if you want to say six, you say shasha. That's where you get it from. That character, shasha, that means six. And we'll get into that in a second here. Okay? All right? Shah. And what's the last one?
Ta.
Where we at? Here? Oh, sorry.
Ta.
Tha.
Ta. Ta.
Tha. Very good. And that now I know you know what that looks like.
A X.
Or a, well, now see, an X would look like that. So what would you think that looked like to you? Just a laid down cross, right? Am I right?
Kind, sir.
I mean, that's how I see it. You can see,
Kinda,
you can
sir.
see kind of whatever kind of way you want to see it, but it looks like a laid down cross. That's how I remembered it. But there's acronyms the way you need to see them. Okay. Okay, very good. So let's we'll repeat it one more time, and then we'll go into the something else here. Well, whether I move on to the Syrian or whether I move on to the number system, I think I will move to the Syrian real quick here. It's just a leftover language. It's, like I said, they distorted it so much, but we have to read it out to Tanakh because that's what the Tanakh is written in. There are some Tanakhs, I believe, written, and I have to locate one, in Paleo Hebrew. You know, you get used to one or the other. Okay, so we're going to say it again. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka. Okay? Then we have ta, ya, ka, la,
Ma. Na.
sa. Very good. I, pa, taza. Where am I at? Yeah. Taza, qua, ra, sha, tha. And you'll use those in words. You'll see, for instance, if tha, see that tha right there?
Kind, sir.
Let's see if we can find one of these letters up here. Oh, there it is. Been hidden there. Tha. The shy. That's how you say tha. Shy. That's how you say 9. The shy. Okay? All right? Sometimes I have to check my spelling on some of these, but so far. And of course you have I, Sha, Ra. But we'll get into that. We'll get into the number system, okay? So far you have the Paleo.
Kind, sir.
All right, let me see your book. Let me see your let me show you to all the brothers and sisters out there in I.S.U.P.K. New sister in class. That's what she's written on the board. Very good. It's excellent. She gets an excellent for writing it down. Plus you have it in her notes. She wrote the Hebrew characters down, and that's what she's going to do every day to get her interested to understand how to read it. You have to write them down over and over again till after a while you'll be proficient at it, right?
Kind, sir.
Okay, so let's get into the, very good, sister. Let's get into the Assyrian. So the Syrian we'll use blue for the sake of understanding, okay? Yeah. The English will look the same. Very good. Now above there you want to put Assyrian Hebrew. On the other side you had Paleo Hebrew, right?
Kind, sir.
Very good. We'll wait for you. You got it? Did you? Oh, you erased that already?
This one?
Oh, you need another board? You erased it already?
Yes, sir.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, good, good. That's good. Yeah, you don't really need it. You just write in the carry. You got it in your notes, right?
Yeah, kind of, sir.
Okay, so right?
Okay.
So let's write Always had a little tough time writing this one. That is the same as this sound. The sound is the same, but they look different. The picture is different. They spell the same sound. They have the same sound. However, they have different looks. Just looks different. That makes sense?
Kind of, sir.
There it is right there. Okay? That makes sense.
Kind of, sir.
Okay? Let's do a ba. Okay? A ba. This looks like sort of like a what? Maybe a hangman or something?
Yeah. Kind of, sir.
So like a hangman or whatever, however you want to look at it. That's how it's done. Of course, we're doing now with I.S.U.P.K. Start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians makeup and R&D, the 12 tribe of Israel. I am Officer Qadash 50, teaching the Lashawan Qadash class here on Friday, talking about the characters and the number system. If you're not in I.S.U.P.K. under command of General YAHANNA, you're not in the truth. So get in class. Michelle did, all my brothers and sisters did, Adrian, Jackie, Fred, Kapa, Officer Danyala, Officer Kawa, Officer Shah. We're in class. We're having Lashawan Qadash studies. Give you a chance to write that down. Adrian's clapping your hand. All right, Adrian. This is a consistent sister. She's very consistent. You see her online. She's never misses a beat. She's always in classes. And that's what this sister right here is going to be, always in class, right, sister?
Yes, sir.
All right. Abba, and then we have Ga, right? Abba, Ga. And that looks like what to you? It looks like something, but whatever it looks like, that's what you want to adopt.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
In your mind. That acronym you want to adopt in your mind. Okay? And I try to be consistent and write them really neat. That makes sense?
Okay.
Okay? By God. And of course, next, we're going to have Da. We're back to that Da. Before we had a triangle, now we got a line straight across. Then about 2/3 the way down, we're going to put another straight line, and that will be Da. This is what you're seeing in the Tanakh when you read it. Abba, Gada. Hawazaka. Okay? All right. What you got next?
Ha.
Back to the ha, right? So ha. See if I got it. Got to make sure we keep that ha. It doesn't touch all the way up to the top. Remember, like that, just like that. It doesn't touch all the way up to the top because you have to make sure. Because if you let it touch, then it will be a whole nother character. We don't want to do that, do we? We want to make them distinguishable on themselves, so it'll look like this. Sort of look like a pi symbol for the like when you have like pi, like that. Like when it's when in math you have pi.
Concept.
That sort of looks like that. However you memorize it. That's how you want to do it. Give me a chance to write that down. Okay. appreciate it. Like I said, I repeat, I appreciate the WADA to all the officers and sisters that join class all the time on Friday night, and all our classes here in South Carolina. We're up on the move, and we're working on new building, of course. We're moving. We're on the move. South Carolina is on the move. I.S.U.P.K class Friday night. Ha. And what's the next one? Wa. Okay. So that'll look like a straight line, and it may just have a little curl up there. Sometimes it'll knock that thing's just a straight line. Sometimes you can't hardly see it. If you have your glasses on, you'll miss it. Right?
Okay.
Right. Very good. So we're doing okay time-wise. Okay, good. Hawa. What's the next one, sister?
Za.
Za. Very good. Getting used to it, aren't you?
Kind, sir.
Okay, there you go. Za. So we're going to have a line like that. Sort of break it and go down. Sort of like that. Za. Okay. Guys, just the top of the board, I'll be right back and say, excuse me for 1 second.
Kind, sir.
Just kind of go, right back, grab something. Salakia to my students and audience there. Had to run and do something real quick. Have Officer Naquan in class, just joined us. Officer Naquan. Friday night, South Carolina, Lashawan Qadash class. Aban Kara, Officer Aban Kara shared the stream for us. Along with Officer Naquam. Makataza actually shared a stream with us, Officer Makataza. Very good. Okay. So, what letter we leave off on? Za.
Yes, sir. Kind, sir.
Okay. So the za look like a lazy T?
Kind. Little broke, yeah.
Huh?
Broke neck T.
Broke neck T. That's about right. And it's sort of like that. And sometimes it'll look, I mean, you know, where are we at? So, I mean, I got it written here straight and down, but you know, in the Tanakh, it looks sort of like that little broke neck T. Kind of like, there's so many ways to do things here, I guess. Okay, what we got next?
Ka.
Ka. Say it again.
Ka.
See, sister got it all right. She said, you should have said ka. She said ka. She had that long sound there. Sister's catching on quick. She's catching on very quick. Sister Jackie. Catching on very quick. That ka. So how we write that? Like this. It looks like the other one from the ka. I'm sorry. Jesus. You know I got that wrong. So Lockie, don't pay that no sense. That's officer malfunction right Let's go back here. I'm ahead of myself. Ka. There we go. It sort of looks like which one of these characters does it look like?
Ha.
Looks like the ha, right? Very good. What's the difference?
The ha is not connected.
There you go. It's not connected all at the top, and that's exactly the difference. So when you're writing characters, if you don't do that, I won't know what it is. I'll read it like one of these. I wouldn't know which one it is. I read it like a ka, for that matter, if you connect it. If you don't connect it, I read it like a ha. So it's important to do what?
To write your characters correctly.
Exactly. Say that again, sister.
To write your characters correctly.
That's right. To write your characters correctly. Thank you, sister. That's exactly right. That's where I was taught. If you didn't write them correct, Officer Dawada will get out his understanding and make you go back and do it again till you get proficient. You know, perfect. That's what I'm aiming for. It's going to take some time. You know, that's in the Bible. Be perfect. Job was perfect, right? Be ye therefore perfect, even as my Father in heaven is perfect, right? Let's get some perfection going on here. You know, proficient. All right. Abagadaha. What's next? Ta, right? So let's erase a little bit. You have that, right?
Sir.
The people online, if you guys need something, just write down in your chat, and I'll see if I can get to your question. But I hope you guys doing so good so far. And if you guys are doing, if class is doing well for you and we're doing good, just put a 1 in the chats and let me know. Let Sister Michelle or Jackie, she goes by Jackie. Let her know that the class has been enjoyed because she's part of the class. Let me know that you guys are enjoying class. Put a 1 in your chat there, so we'll know if you guys feel like it. Anyway, what we got next? Ta. T-A. Very good. Just catching on fast there. Ta. Sort of looks like that. Now I've seen also a ta. Yeah, we better leave that alone. Ta. Okay. All right. What's next? Yeah, and that's the English. What we're writing here is exactly what they sound like. Yeah, and that looks like this, up in the air now. Now remember, this character. If you write this character down here, it means nothing. Your people will think it's something else. They may mistake that for that character. That's why you write it. It's got to be up in the air. See this right here? See that line, imaginary line? That's why you make sure it's written up in the air. Very good. Ya. Ta ya. Okay. You know what? Did I even? I ain't got there yet, have I? Yeah. Yeah, I guess I haven't. Okay. Ta-ya. Here's one special. Ta-ya ka. Right? Ka. Okay? Now what's good about this? We're on ka, correct?
Sir.
Okay. So let's do a little C with a little arrow in there. That's what ka looks like. Like a C with an arrow. Okay? Now, if that character comes at the end of a sentence, it's going to look like this. Matter of fact, I draw it in green. Keep the confusion down. Only if it occurs at the end of a sentence. It'll look like that. Okay?
Sir.
That makes sense to you?
Sir.
That's just the rules. That's just the way it is. That's the understanding of how things are written.
So it's gonna.
Go ahead.
It's gonna be a longer version like the Yah.
Say it again.
Like the Yah. It's similar like to the Yah. The character.
What do you mean?
You see how the Ka,
Uh-huh.
the other character that you
Oh, yeah, right. I see what you're saying. It's
longer than
it's just a little longer. Of course, this one is up in the air.
Okay.
See how that's like the Yah. Okay. Without looking at that, see how this Yah is level with that, and then on the bottom it's not long. If I made it long, it'll look like that. That's what you're saying. Exactly right. Exactly right. Very observant. Very good. That's exactly right. So let's use let me see. Let's find something with ka at the end so you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's say sham ka. Let's say sham ka. That is a preposition at the end.
Okay.
Preposition refers at the end. And basically it forms the word. Sham is actually name. I'm sorry, it's not a preposition. I apologize to you. It's a possessive adjective. Okay? In other words, it takes this adjective right here, okay, and makes it a possessive adjective with it. So shamka, meaning means you or your. That makes sense?
Kind, sir.
Your name.
Kind.
Okay? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Ka. Means your name. Make sure I got this right here. Yeah, ka, yeah. Right. Okay. Like instead of name, you're trying to say your name. Okay? Shamka, your name, possessive adjective. Okay? So ka, see this ka right here?
Ka.
That ka, let's say if we were to write this word out in Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew, we would go here. Shah. Okay. Then we'll have M sound, the ma, that's right here. Now how do we know that? Because that's what it's spelling. And then ka. Ka. Now we wouldn't use the ka, since we're on this, we wouldn't use that ka, we use the one in the green. Why? Because it occurs at the
end.
Very good. At the end, so it'll look like this. And that's what you see in the Tanakh. It'll look just like that. Close to it. That says your name, Shamka. Or ma'ah, like what is your name? I'm saying, what is name is, like I said, name is Sham. Shamka is your name. It's possessing the noun and making it the adjective, and its name is a noun. So to put an adjective, possessive adjective with it, ka is possessing that adjective and saying, okay, we're going to make it possession. That is the male form of, well actually it's male and female when you say ka in this particular case. It's the male and female form of possession of your. So shamka, that's a good way to use the any connector there. That's how you use any connectors. Just like that. So when you see sha, ma, sham, ka. Okay? It makes, now we would do this in paleo. Well, let's do it in paleo. Let's do it in paleo. Sha, what's next? Put a dot right here so that I keep you. Let me get it over here, out of the way here. That better? What's next? M?
M, ma.
Where is that? Right there. So, ma. Okay.
And then ka.
And then ka. Right there. Huh?
Do the blue.
Nope. The one in the red.
The one in the red. Okay. Paleo.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember? We're doing paleo now. Okay, and then we'll have like this.
The backward C.
Backward C. Now this is a paleo.
The red is a paleo and blue is a Syrian.
The blue is a Syrian. Got it? Okay. Now let's put some connectors on here. Okay. Sham. Sha. Where do you think the connector would go there? If you want to say, let's pronounce this word, Sham-ka.
Ka.
Okay, so what do I need to tie together? That's how you want to look at it. Go ahead. You're going to have a dependent connection. Okay, if I do this, that means you want to join them together.
Okay.
If I do this, it's independent.
Okay.
So which one of those you want to use and where you want to use it? To make sha and the ma sound. The ma sound. Sha and the ma sound.
The dependent.
Dependent connected, right? Because they depend on each other. Sham. That's how I look at it.
Okay.
Sham.
Yes, sir.
And then what's left?
Ka.
Independent.
Gotcha.
That's paleo. It's just that simple, Jackie. Got it?
Yes, sir. Kind, sir.
Getting the hang of this, ain't you?
Kind, sir.
Sham Ka. Now, only the paleo has connectors.
Okay.
The Syrian doesn't have it. Okay?
Kind, sir.
You got that now?
Write it down.
Okay. Did I erase it too quick or you got it?
I got it.
So I want to stop and show that little lesson because Sham Ka is a good example that has a ka on the end, okay? With the ending character. That's why I did that. That make sense?
Kind, sir.
Very good. Okay? Very important to do these letters in proper protocol, proper understanding. So, like I said, it's that's an interconnector. Okay? So, what's next?
Law.
La. We go back to the blue. We have la, right?
Kind, sir.
Okay, so let's do la. So let's go little line here, down, up, and then like that. You're going to get to the point where you start studying these. Now, this is only as good as you study.
Kind, sir.
You don't study? Yeah, that's right. Take your time. Do it right. We'll wait for you. If you don't study, then you won't get any understanding. But if you study, you're going to get some understanding. That's promise. Appreciate all my officers for supporting that class because I know they know this language and I know they know the number system, but they're supporting our new sisters that start off in class. Some of our people's already in class, but they support, and I appreciate that. Adawan Young. You got it?
Yeah.
Hard to write?
Kind, sir.
All right, let me see. Let me see what you got. Actually, it's not bad. That's what she has. It's not bad. That's actually good. I don't see nothing wrong with that, sister. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That looks good. Yeah, you good. It's going to get better and better. I mean, that doesn't mean I'm perfect. It just means as long as you understand, when you see it in the Tanakh, you'll be able to understand. Because it's going to look sort of like that and look like the one you got. That's good, sister. That's good. There's nothing wrong with what you've done right there. That's what perfection is. Doing it over and over again. And don't stop.
Kind, sir.
Okay? Now, let's see. What's next?
Law.
Ma? Okay, let's do some ma. Oops. Well, these characters, I mean, they can be a little bit Assyrian chicken scratch because that's what they threw at us. That's the Syrian threw their characters and their understanding of what our paleo is, and they say, oh, we want to look like that. We want to look like that. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. You know, but that's how they pronounce it. Like I said, and these crazies over there in Jerusalem right now, which are not our brothers. They are our oppressor. They're our enemies. Just like here in America. We have all our enemies over here. They're trying to adopt our language and trying to make it something, but that is not the way it is. This is their version of the old paleo. You know, this is what they're trying to do. They have the same. Really, they ain't the same. Even their. See, what do they do? They spell it the same up here, Abagada, but when they write it, they have different characters for it, and they even sound different. And they would have stuff like a vowel point for B. They have 2 dots over here. That may mean something. Instead of ba, it may mean wow, something different. I'm studying that, but that is not. We don't use those vowel points. We don't need them in the Tanakh anyway. But it's good to know. I don't need to know how to speak Yiddish. That's the whole point. We'll stick with these Hebrew characters because our Tanakh is written in that, and it's easy for us to understand the Paleo and that connected together. You say, oh, okay, you can be able to go back and forth, but not with the Yiddish. This is just what we've adopted and I would say in the wild, in slavery. That's what we had us. Okay, where we at? Ma. Okay. Right there. In slavery, they took our characters and did this to us. This chicken scratch. Hard to understand sometimes. That's why it was hard for you to write. Because it wasn't a natural M, that old, what was that, the LU, right? Like that? That makes sense? Okay, so we got an M, right? Now in this M, it has an ending character also. Okay? Matter of fact, let me rewrite it a little bit so I can have some room. Just for the sake of room's sake, I'll put it up here. Ma, I guess you can see that. M. Okay? And then the M sound right here, if it was at the end of a word, it would look like this. And that green right there, it would look like this. Okay? At the end. Those are called your ending characters. That makes sense? The ending characters. So when you see it comes at the end like that, and you see an M. Say for instance, if we were to write, let's go back to that word sham, which means name, okay? Let's say we say sham, and we're writing in Assyrian, we're going to do like this. Sham, and then we're going to write what? Instead of using this M, we use the one in the green, right? It'll look just like this. Okay. Now, and we will write that in, and we were reiterating something that we've already done. And it means what again, Michelle? It means name, right? Name. Okay. Like I say, Ma'a Sham. I'm saying, what is your name? Ma'a means what?
Your name.
Yeah, your name. You say Ma'a Sham Jackie. My name is, or you say, oh, I'm sorry. let me look up mine. I'm sorry, I apologize. But anyway, what? Let me look it up. I have to look it up. You say, when I'm asking you what, that's a question. Sham. My name. I'm sorry, what? Oh, sorry. Sham with the ending character. That's what. Sham is name. And if I say Ma'ah is what?
Okay.
What is your name? That's what I'm really asking. Okay? All right. So, you get the idea? So if we write it in Assyrian, Hebrew, Paleo, I'm sorry, it'll be Shah, right there. And then we don't need an M for the end of that for connector because there are no ending connectors in Hebrew. So what kind of connector would I use there to make that sound?
The over one.
This one or this one? I'm saying, let's pronounce the word. Sham.
The independent one. The little over the connected, connect the Y and the.
Okay, in other words, what are you saying? Do you hear a sound together or do you hear them?
All together.
Okay, that's dependent.
Okay.
Just remember, if it's dependent is this one.
Okay.
That's dependent. The regular U depends.
Okay.
Dependent. Okay. The other one is independent. So you want to say shama,
Okay.
you say sham, so you want to sound it all out together. So that takes this one, sham. But dependent and connected. How I look at it is they're dependent.
So when it's one word.
It's one sound.
It's one sound.
Sham.
You can. That's a connector.
Right.
The independent.
Right.
And then if it's
if it's two sound is you pronounce them independently. Okay? Or it could be three sounds. You could have a word with, you can go a long word. You just have to break down what it sounds like. That makes sense? So if you want them to sound with the same flow of the tongue is what it's really called. Because the sounds are different. But if you want the flow of the tongue like sha and then you hear ma, sham, that's one sound. Or one flow, I guess is what I'm saying. You hear one band, one sound, they all sound together. Sham. So, and that's what you hear. And of course, it's got an ending character right there, like I said. And then what are we going to do next here?
Nah.
We're going to do na. Okay, let's go back to the blue. Na. Okay. What does na look like? That looks like this. Here, up, and that's the na. Now, what if it occurs at the end of a word? It's going to look like this. It's going to look like a sideways, broken seven, then a straight down. Sort of like that. That make sense? That's at the end. Na. Right? That make sense? Okay. 8:25. We're doing pretty good. I'm just taking my time doing the alphabet. I'm sorry, the characters, breaking them down real easily so that we can understand what's going on here. Give you a chance to write that down. Very good. In class. Okay. Next, and it's good that if you're out there in the audience, the men and women, and if you're brothers and sisters, if you're writing these down with me, every time you see them, they will become easier and easier for you. I mean, you know, you don't learn this overnight. You got to know these characters in order to make words. It's really as simple as that. No one can teach them to you. I can teach them to you, but you have to learn them yourself. I can't learn for you. I can only teach you. You have to comprehend. I'm giving you some ways of learning, some ways of teaching so that you can grasp and ascertain it yourself. That makes sense? Okay. So say where we at? Na.
Na. Za.
What you say?
Za.
Not za. It's sa. With the S. Sa. Sa. Not za.
Sa.
Oops. Wrong color. We gonna make this the right color. Sa. Okay. That makes sense? Not sha, not za, but sa. And that looks like what? Sort of like this. Or like that. Now I've seen it also the Tanakh that looks like this. I've seen it sort of look like that. I've seen it look like that too. Oops. Right now, I mean, I've seen it in both ways. I've seen that. I've seen them look like this, mostly like that, but this is the way we have it written on our charts, I believe. So we'll use that. I mean, either one is acceptable to me, as long as you understand it's a sa when you see it. Okay? It's not, and don't mistake it for this M now. The M is more, at the end is more box, and this is more kind of oval shape with a line across the top with a, and this one is more, it's the same thing. These read the same. So I don't want to confuse you there. You can use either one, but just know that it will look like that. So what do we got so far? Ta, ya, ka, with a ending character. Very good. And you write that down in your notes. Ending character. Very good. La. La doesn't have any ending character. See, there's none there. Ma. Na.
Ending character.
Then sa.
Sa.
Any questions so far on that?
No.
Pretty good, huh?
Kinda.
Pretty basic.
Kinda, sir.
I see you smiling, so you must be learning. Right?
Kinda, sir.
Good. Now, I know Adrian and all the rest of Kapa, Sister Kapa. I know you guys. I know the officers already know, and even Fred. You're learning. You're learning for the first time, or if you've been in class, like Sister Kapa and Adrian. I know you already know this also, sisters. Taking my time to teach for the new beginners in class so that they can understand what's going on. Okay, let's see what we got next. Where are we at? I?
Kinda, sir.
Okay, I. Well, like we consumed the class with this. We're going to I, Pa. Where are we at? Taza,
Taza.
Kwa, Ra, Sha, Tha, right?
Kinda, sir.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay, let's write these real quick here. I. Okay. There it is right there. Who, Jesus? That's the wrong one. That's paleo. I'm sorry. Apologize. Let's do this again. Let's do this like this. Something like that. Lock it. It's lock it. That's what the I looks like, right?
Kinda, sir.
And then the pa will look like this. Like this. Right there. Okay? Of course, it has an ending character. You okay?
Kinda, sir.
The ending character looks like this. What does it look like? Right here. Look like pretty much the same thing, only has a long stem on it. So we'll do like this. We'll kind of shift it over a little bit so I can write it. Can you see that just like that?
Kinda, sir.
Okay. Sort of like that. That's a pa. Almost like the same as the short pa, only it's got a long stem on it. That makes sense?
Kinda, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, taza. Taza would be what? Where are we at? Okay, I'm sorry. Right here. Taza will look sort of like a bigger Y, sort of like. You know, I mean, that's kind of, I kind of like, what I do is like this. Like a C with a little Y connector on the end like that. That's taza. I mean, that's the best. I never could draw one of those correctly exactly, but I can if I take the time. But that's harder to do. And of course, it has an ending character also, and the ending character looks like that. Like a long stem. Sort of like that. It's hard, but it looks sort of like that. Okay? That would be if you had taza at the end, like a rataza. Remember I said a rataza? That means earth. It would have that ending character on the end. Tazah will look like that. Aratazah. Because if I said the earth, it'll be Ba Aratazah. But we'll get into that. That's a whole other class. We'll get into prepositions when we start teaching. You keep coming to class, prepositions. And that way you get first-hand knowledge and possessive adjectives, and we'll learn how to really break these words down. Okay, what's up? Let's see. Qua. Okay, that's a weird character. It's like this. Like that. That's qua right there. You see it okay?
Kind of, sir.
Right there. Qua. And of course we have Ra. We're almost done here. We're almost at the end. Ra, sort of like this. Sort of like with a curl. I mean, I'm trying to make it different, and it's always wider too. It doesn't look like a 7, like that one, or some more 7. It looks, it's usually wide, and with sort of like that. Ra. Looks like a backwards R, really.
Kind of, sir.
That makes you understand it. I mean, Kwa, I don't know if they're like a Q, but that's what it is. Tazah, you just have to figure out the way that you want to make them view it in your mind, okay?
Kind of, sir.
And then the Shah gonna look just like that same. One thing about these two, they look just alike. Only one more weird looking, like a chicken foot or something. Like I said, this is really a bastard language. If you ask me, it's not the original Paleo. It's just Assyrian, what it looks like. Then, of course, we have Tha. Tha looks like a Ka, doesn't it?
Kind of, sir.
Only with a what? Club foot on the end. And there you go. That is your Hebrew characters with two sounds, 22 characters and 2 vowel sounds. Along with all of your, in the green, what we've been writing is your ending characters. Very good, sister. And then all of the blues, Assyrian, and the red is the Paleo. You got it.
Paleo is the Hebrew, the first language.
Exactly. That's our Hebrew. Then we adopted the Assyrian in captivity. That's good.
Kind of, sir.
You're doing a great job, sister. So far. Okay, so we'll erase this right here. So you understand that? We can move on. Let's move on at the end of the class. Let's get into the number system, since that we talked about at least a little bit into our number system, okay? Let's get into that so you at least understand the first 10. I'm not gonna go all the way. Next week we'll go back into the number system.
Kind of.
I'm gonna take these off the board here. I think okay. All right. Let's go into the number system here. Let's go into Akkad. Akkad. That means 1. Akkad. You don't have to write these in your. You write these in your book, but you don't have to write them on your, because they're just. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of, sir.
That's just you want to memorize these, and when you get home, when your homework assignments, besides writing, you can write the Hebrew for those.
Okay.
Start off in Paleo, because in other words, it's going to look like this in Paleo, right? Then it's going to what else? Ka, right? A ladder. What else? And then a duh, right?
Duh.
That's a Ka. Now, let's do the character. Let's do the connectors.
Oh.
Let's break it down.
Ka.
Okay. First of all, what's the is what? Is that independent or dependent?
It's wait a minute.
No, this you can do it just off and on. Does it need anything to be dependent upon it?
No.
Then it's independent.
Okay.
So it's independent connector, right?
Ka.
So Qad, ka, and the da. Those depend on each other to make a sound. So it's going to be
Dependent.
dependent. Very good, sister. You got it. Then that's how you would write the connections for that. Akkad.
Kind,
Akkad.
Akkad.
There you go. And then of course you said a little fast. Akkad. Not akkad. Not akkad. Akkad.
Akkad.
That's how you pronounce it. I mean, that's how you, the difference between the ka and the ka. Okay. So far, now I'm not going to write all of the, that takes too much time. I ain't got time to do all that. Not right now. But at least I gave you an idea for homework. We'll see if you can do that, right?
Kind, sir.
That's what we'll let the sister do it. And Sister Adrian, Sister Kapal, Fred, officers, you don't have to do this unless you just want to. But at least I want you guys to write down the Paleo and the Hebrew if you're feeling adventures. I mean the Assyrian if you're feeling adventures in Hebrew of how to spell these in Hebrew and Assyrian. For right now, we're doing what the numbers are. So we got a little time here. Yeah, we got a little time. Very good. Okay, let's do this. Akkad is number one. How you pronounce that? Let's break it down. Sha.
Shana.
Shan.
Shan.
What's that? A Y?
Ya.
Shanya. Remember this is.
Shanya.
Remember
Shanya.
the way they're spelled is the same way we spell them in English. Okay, but their sounds is what you're going to adopt with that. So how would you say it again?
Shana.
That's a Y.
Ya.
Shan.
Shan.
Then
Ya.
what? Sun.
Ya.
Very good.
Shanya.
Very good.
Shanya.
Shanya. Very
Shanya.
good. There you go. Shanya. And that's why I'm taking my time here. That's number two. What about this one? Okay, I'll underline it. Sha. And then what?
Shala.
What's that sound on the end? Sha what? How you say that? In our language, not lash. How would you say that in Hebrew? Based off of ash. Very good. So put an L with the ash. Sha.
Lash.
That's exactly right. That's three. Shalash.
Shalash.
That's exactly right. So we'll put a little dot in between so you can see how to break it down. Okay? Because I'm underlining it too. Okay? That makes sense? You see how we're picking it up now so far?
Kind, sir.
Huh?
Kind, sir.
Okay. Shalash.
Shalash.
It's the same characters we just went over. The same ones to understand how to use the pronunciation. Because without that, you wouldn't know how to enunciate it
Kind,
or
sir.
pronounce it. So you wouldn't know what the pronunciation was because you got to be able to sound it out. Now, what about this one? Ara,
Ba.
ara, bai.
Araba.
Very good.
Araba.
Everybody seems to be enjoying class. All the officers are. Appreciate that, officers, for hanging in there with us. Appreciate that. I really do. Arabai, that's four.
Araba.
So let's see. Let's pronounce it here. Ra,
Ra.
bai.
Ba.
So if we were doing that and join it together in Paleo Hebrew, it would be ra,
Ra.
bai. Right? That makes sense?
Kind, sir.
Okay.
Kind, sir.
Okay, very good. What about 5? Okay, remember that long sound at ka?
Ka. Ma.
Well, let's say it all together. Let me help you out. Let's do that. How about that?
Kind, sir.
So let's say ka, and then what?
Ma.
And put it with the sh.
Sa.
We're taking the a off the end because we don't need it. Okay. So what do we got? Ka.
Ma.
Well, let's join it all together.
Kamash.
Yeah.
Kamash.
There you go. Kamash. Very good. So it's ka, then mash.
Kamash.
Okay? Because if you were doing this in paleo, it would look like this. Ka, right? Independent. You don't need it. You ain't got nothing to join with it, just ka, right? Then ma, remember that ma? Right? And then we got sha, right? But we need to join them together, don't we? To make that sound, mosh. Got it?
Got it.
Ka, mosh. Getting easier? That's where it's supposed to be. That's how you know that you're growing in Hebrew and understanding it. Ka, mosh. That makes sense? What about the next one? How you think you're going to pronounce that one?
Sha.
Is that easy, right? Okay, so we'll do it in paleo. Sha. So what connectors would you think I'd use there?
Independent.
Independent. Shasha. Or shasha. You know, that's letting you know. Okay, let's do it in Assyrian. Be the same thing. Only just different characters. Right? You don't have no connectors. Shasha. When you see that together, shasha. But here, we're in our language, we see the characters, shasha. If you didn't have that, how would you pronounce it to be? Sha. I mean, really, there's only one way to pronounce that. Shasha. That makes sense? Okay, that's the number 6. Okay, what about the next one?
Shabbat.
Well, what you extremely close. What's that last sound? Ah is this. What's that? So.
Shabbat.
Say it again. Shabbat. You got it. There you go. Don't be afraid to just belt it out. Shabbat. So we're going to say Shah. Right? Let's use a ba. Right? With an I. Right? So we say Shah. Now what? Do I need an independent or dependent connector? Look at the word. Shah. And then what? You want to join these two together, don't you? So what do I need?
Independent.
They do. Very good. So let's pronounce it again.
Shabbat.
Not Shabbat. How would you pronounce a B and an I together? Bye. So let's say it again. Shabbat. Very good. That's what it is. So that's why we say it. Shabbat. Yeah. You don't want to. I mean, that's you can. If this was Shabbai, it's Shabbai. Okay. Starting to make sense, right? Okay. Here's a little difficult one. We got a few more minutes. Just not many minutes. Shamawana. 8. Let's break it down. Thing difficult, but let's break it down. Sha. Ma. Right? Wa. Right? It's a little rough, ain't it? Nah. Only that A, we drop the A. Won't need it. Because of enunciation. It's just enunciation. So let's break the word down. Let's pronounce it. Perfect. That was perfect. So, if we were going to say Shama Wana, we'd say Sha in Paleo. Sha, what else? Ma. Wa. And then, right? And then we need a H sound, ha, right? Wouldn't it be that one?
The cone.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's connectors. Let's do the connectors. Sha.
Sha.
Independent or dependent. Okay, here is, this is dependent, here's independent. Which one would I use? Sha.
It's the independent. Ma is a dependent. I mean independent, because it's one word.
Yeah, you go. One sound.
One sound, Wa.
You can look, I mean, I wrote them out for you.
Wa is a independent. And Na is a dependent.
Very good. And why is it a dependent? Awesome. Go ahead.
Because it needs a connector. It makes two sounds.
Let's, because you have two characters that make one sound. So, nah.
Ha.
Hear it? Nah.
Ha.
Hear that H there? Nah. That's why we say nah. Nah. That's it. You got it. So you go home and rewrite these. You write them all down?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then let's get to the shy, right?
The sha.
Okay. Hurry up. The shy. The shy. So that's going to be what?
Independent.
Very good. What else?
Two independents. A dependent.
Why? Because of the I, right?
Kind, sir.
So sha and I, take the A out, you have shy. So you need like that.
Kind, sir.
It's really not that hard, unless you make it hard. The last one, before we end class here, is how you pronounce that. You want to do this on your own? Just tell me that. All right, go ahead. I. Right? Sha.
Ra.
Let's do it. What we got?
Ashara.
Okay, how you pronounce it? I mean, let's see. I. Independent. Well, let's write it out first. Sha. Right?
Cha.
Then we have Ra.
Ra.
We don't need an A because it's included in the Ra. Okay. So it's I Shara.
Ashara.
So let's do this. I.
Independent.
Very good.
Dependent.
With the what?
With the A on it. I mean, not the A on the end.
So, no. What do you hear? Sha, right? Sha by itself, right?
Kind, sir.
So it's independent.
Independent.
And Ra.
Ra.
So it's
All
three,
independent.
all of them independent. I Shara.
Kind, sir.
You got it? That makes sense?
Kind, sir.
Very good. You did a Tawab job in class, Michelle. Let's give him a hand, officer. Very good. She did a very good job. We're going to read the announcements. I think you understand a little better of how it's written. Those are the first 10. Yeah. Those are the first 10. We went over the Hebrew characters and the first 10 numbers, and we'll go over next week how to count all the way to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, okay?
Kind, sir.
Okay, security announcements. We at I.S.U.P.K. started out 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for the new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will provide and arrange that. Teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8 and 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, which says Ma Asherah. Ma Asherah. It means Ma is the tenth. Ma Asherah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you or the Most High gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for the priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Holy Convocation, of course, we'll still have the Passover. It's been postponed, but anyway, it's the 14th day of the first month.
No, you're gonna the next one's gonna be the blowing of the trumpets.
The blowing of the trumpet. Thank you. And then, of course, you find that in the Exodus 12, 1, 51, Leviticus 23, 4 and 5, 1 Corinthians 5, 7 and 8, and 2 Corinthians 30 and 17. The next actual day for our holy day will be the blowing of the trumpets. Blowing of the trumpets. The memorial blowing of the trumpets. The first day of the 7th month, Thursday, September 17, 2020. Leviticus 23 and 24 and 25. That's what we'll find it. And we have a TWAB class. Had a sister join in, and we appreciate all the officers. We appreciate all of the people who participated. And for that we say, Shalom.